up. YouTube just kept denying that I could be on. Kept telling me I lost the connection. So anyway, here we are. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Sorry about that. Let me get a few things done here. Let me just get situated here. There we go. Let's see if that works. Hello everyone. How are you doing today? I'm going to try to do one more thing real quick. And I'll be right with you. Technical difficulties, you gotta love them. Alright, well, some of you new here apparently don't know that I've made my own coloring books, and I will get back into coloring in them because I didn't realize you didn't know. The first one I did is called Ivy's Magical Adventures. These are all available on Amazon, by the way. This book is dedicated to my service dog, Ripley Dale. I lost him in 2022. Rest in peace, buddy. I'll see you when I get there. And this book was inspired by my life with Ripley. And I imagine if I'd had Ripley when he was a baby, or when I was a baby, I'd have been telling them stories. And so on this first page, I encourage you to tell your dog a story. And of course, every dog has a kitty cat in their lives. Seems so anyway. That's in graphite. And of course, you know, the gnomes. And we got to talk about the sunshine and the sunflowers. And really what happened was I ended up drawing so many sunflowers for this book that I ended up making the second book, which is Ivy's Sunflower Spectacular. I haven't done every page in this book, I don't believe. Obviously, I didn't do the first one. That's one of my favorites of all time right there. You know, I would imagine that they had a happy, sunshiny life together on all sorts of adventures. Ooh, I should do that one. I should do that one. I think that'll be the next one I do out of this book. Anyway, as you can see, I've done some colored pencil, some graphite. Some neurological drawing. What do you call that? Y'all know what I mean. But those pages are in there for you to design. Of course, a gnome and the mushroom. And the gnome, the gardener gnome, who's full of love. Beachy Gnome. The Three Musketeers. This represents me, my mom, and our best friend, because we all crazy like that. Mr. Fishy Gnome. Of course, I haven't finished that one. With the Peace Fish. Peace Fish. Yoga Gnome. I left it in here because it's funny. I probably wouldn't do the smoking fish all over again, but it made me laugh at the time of smoked fish. You get it? Smoked fish. Ha ha ha. Anyway, Ripley loved to come to the reservoir with me. Of course, another little mushroom house. Little caterpillar dude. Just a fun little whimsical book, you know. And that's the end of it. At the back, oops. At the back here, I've got pages where you can color swatch. And that's where these pages came from as well. So you can intentionally pull them out and slip them between pages if you use markers or whatever. So, Ivy's Magical Adventures. Ivy's Sunflower Spectacular is all sunflowers. And in this book, I've left you some thumbnails to give you an idea of what the values are on each of the pages. I gave you mini drawings or mini icons to color when you only have a few minutes or you just want to test out a color swatch or a trial run on your colors. You can do that here. Front and back. I haven't even done them all yet. And then, of course, pages that I've colored, pages that I haven't colored. Some of these are up on YouTube as tutorial pages or color alongs. Some of them are not. I love that one. I'm getting it stuck on my light. Anyway, just a whimsical book of sunflowers. I still have a lot to go in here, and we'll be getting back to this book. There's one of my favorite pages. We'll be getting back to this book soon, because I love this book. I never tire of coloring sunflowers, whether it's in colored pencil or graphite. I never tire of drawing them, looking at them. It's a subject matter I could talk about endlessly, especially when it relates to artwork. I mean, who doesn't love a sunflower, right? That was a fun page to work on. The eye of the sunflower. This little dude, demon sunflower. A little puppy dog sunflower. Sunflowers have faces. If you look at them long enough, you'll notice it. They definitely have faces, and so these are all inspired by different sunflower faces. Just fun pieces to do. Of course, a grasshopper. This one I did out by the campfire. Check out my campfire coloring series. Normally we are out by the campfire on Tuesdays. However, it is hot and miserable outside right now, so we're not going to do that. And of course, in the back as well, we'll tear out the sheets. And pages for you to color swatch on. Then, everyone asked, could I make a pocket-sized book? Of course I can make a pocket-sized book. Ivy's Peculiar Patterns is for on-the-go coloring. You stick it in your pocketbook. You can carry it in your hand real easily. Nice and thin. It is double spread. See, color swatches. I've given you 2 ways to do each picture in here. And this is a fun book for on-the-go coloring. This is the coloring book that you want when you go to the doctor's office and have to wait, or in a meeting, or on the phone and you want to doodle. This is that fun book to do that in. You can practice to your heart's content and not worry about ruining an expensive book. Go to town on it. Have fun. You know, that's what this one was meant for. Sometimes I only have 5 minutes and I pull it out and do a little bit. And that's what I do. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun with this book too so far. We've done some coloring alongs. I had a friend of mine, daughter, did a page for me in my book. And again, at the beginning, you've got the little icons to test out, to only color 5 minutes with. You know, if you only have 5 minutes, there you go, a little bit to color. That I did with my left hand after my accident this year. Boy, that was tough. Anyway, so yes, I do have 3 books of my own, and we'll start getting back into coloring those and doing videos on those here real quick. But for today, we've got Bumble's Abode. And this is from The Mystical Lands of Klynnadra, Autumn's Magic by Karen E. Myers. Karen is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful artist. Please go follow her. Please buy her book. Support her. She's amazing. She is drawing by hand, and I love that. I support all artists who are making coloring books by hand as much as I possibly can. I've talked about the map in here. I think we're going to do the map as the last thing. The last thing that we do in this book. The first page that we did, we had to do this page first because of the sunflowers. That's Sunnyvale Acorn. And then I just decided to start at the beginning. Because why not? Let's take this adventure. The great thing about this book is that Karen included copies of the book twice. So, if you don't like the way you did the first page, don't like the way you did it the first time, you have a chance to do it over again. I love that about this book. Or use a different medium. You know, maybe you did one in colored pencils, maybe you want to do the other in marker. Make sure to put it back or behind your pages so it doesn't soak through if you use markers. Anyway, there's Ancient Oaks Academy. How I Did the Sky is up on YouTube. This is Autumn Ridge Acres. I don't believe I videoed any of that. I love this little snail though. If I did, it wasn't much. Then we did Blazing Barrens Fireside, and we did that by the campfire for the flames and everything. You know, how to have a little atmosphere there. And now we're on to Bumble's Abode. And I do have the fans going today. My apologies if they're a bit loud. You gotta do what you gotta do. We have a heat index of stupid degrees out. So that is why we're not actually out by the campfire today. Oh, pardon me. Just getting situated here. So, y'all are gonna laugh at me, but hey, here goes. Up a bit out of the way. It is absolutely hot and sweaty degrees out today. Protects the sweat from my hand from getting on the paper and smudging things. Or from my arm. Oh dear, what'd I do here? I put the light right in the view. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, that's the best I can do today. I'll pull the tray off to the side. get situated here. This book I rather like to work like this on this tray. Oftentimes I'll put another book under it so it'll lay totally flat, but I love this bamboo tray. It's very handy for pulling the picture down to your lap and coloring. Very, very nice. I got it at Dollar General. Nothing fancy. Let me get a drink and then we'll get started. One moment. All right. So, rather than wear long sleeves, I got a bandana on today. Where should we start? I think we should start on the left and move right. What do you think? As it is autumn, we're going to use some more autumn-like colors. We'll grab out green ochre, artichoke, maybe a little bit of Prussian green. Yeah, let's start with that. I hope you're having a beautiful day today, wherever you are. And whatever you're doing. We're not going to go for too long today because I plan to go kayaking today. Oh, you bet. Now that it's summertime here, I am ready to be on the water. I'm going to try to not let that affect too many of my uploads. But with this heat wave, I think I need to go jump in the water. I finished up making a tow rope for a family member this morning. I absolutely love going kayaking, and I highly promote using a tow rope, especially if you're on the river. You can tie off to a tree and sit there and relax for a while. It's so nice. If by chance you tip over, it's easier to grab the rope than the boat, that sort of thing. And I make my own, and obviously I made one for a family member as well. Just out of paracord. It turned out really nice. You can see it up there on my YouTube posts. I'll have a video of how I made it later on. Maybe not today, might be tomorrow. Because, you know, kayaking is going to take precedence this afternoon. And it's on my mind, and trying to decide where we're going to go. Now, it depends on the level of the river. We did have some flooding, so they're doing some flood control measures, you know, letting out so much at a time from the reservoirs. And depending on how the river is flowing later, that's what will determine where I will go. Whether I will go down the river or down on the reservoir. Either place is beautiful, and I love both places equally, so I enjoy both. Well, there's a third place I go to usually, and that's the other reservoir, and that one's nice as well. That one tends to be very windy. On a hot day like today, it would be both good and bad. Good because it's windy, but bad because it could blow you off course, which is not cool. On a hot day like today, you don't want to take those kind of chances. You want to know where you're going, and you want to be kayaking safely. So I have a friend join me. Never kayak alone is my opinion. This is just Prussian green. That's all this is right now. Just a little like Prussian green. Giving a little dark green color to these leaves. Just a bit. Not too much though. Like I said, we're in autumn in this book. And I have a very light touch. And if that's the way you color, great. And if not, that's okay too. I tend to go from the lightest color to the darkest color. I know a lot of people go dark to light, and that's fine as well. You color how you enjoy coloring. Can you still see that okay? Can you see the difference between the green on here and the no green here? It's very slight, I know. Let's continue. A lot of people use a paper towel to put under their hand while they're coloring, and today a paper towel would just blow away because of the fans. And again, nothing I can do about that. It's hot out, so. I mean, usually I color outdoors because I live outdoors, and, you know, I live in an RV. And if you don't enjoy that kind of environment, then I guess, well, this is the wrong channel for you. I can't control the outdoor noises. If it gets too noisy, I will end the stream. But with the fans going, hopefully the neighborhood noises today won't bother us too much. The fans will be noisy enough. I did pop on briefly on Friday for a little bit. I was testing out my camera setup because recently I've moved everything around in the studio, put some new furniture in, gotten, you know, some stuff out of the van finally. And so I had to reset up the camera. I think I'm pretty happy with the way it is today. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was on Friday. But anyway, on Friday, we did some live coloring in Mythomorphia. I'm working on a couple goblins in that book, and we did some live coloring on it on Friday if you want to check that out. That was a lot of fun. So there's a little bit of green. I'm the one who randomly puts her pencils everywhere. Put that one right there for now. Grabbed green ochre. This is one of my new favorite colors. I just recently started using. It's a gorgeous green-brown color. I'm going to darken up the leaves a little bit around the edges. Maybe you have other greens you like for the fall coloring. If so, feel free to jump in the chat and let me know what that is. Well, thank you, AI Farmer. I appreciate you popping in and that compliment. That's very nice. Thank you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. AI Farmer told me I had a great creative mind. Wasn't that kind of him? I love that. Thank you. Hopefully I'll see you later today for some Farming Simulator. Might be tomorrow though, because kayaking. I appreciate it whenever anybody stops by and says hello. Even if you can't stay long. I know it's a Tuesday afternoon. I know a lot of people are at work when I'm on, and that's okay. They can watch later. Tuesday afternoon happens to work in my schedule really well, so that's when I decided that it's time to color. Just to sit down and color and relax and have a nice time. You know, just for fun. It's coloring. It's a great way to relieve stress. And oh, I've had a bit of stress lately, you know. But you get a look at that for a minute. It's just random. Where does the leaf to you feel like it should be darker? That's really what it's all about. You can learn all the rules in the world about art and creativity, and you can break every rule and still make a pretty picture. There is no right or wrong when it comes to coloring. Get a drink, stretch your fingers, stay hydrated today, it's hot out. Hopefully after today this heat wave will be over. We'll see. Supposed to have a little break anyway, I think. Oh, I like that. I like the way the light is falling down here. I am really enjoying coloring in Karen's books. They're so creative and so unique. And they're just fun. I mean, look at little Mr. Bumble down here. He's going to be so fun to color. Well, hi Mega, how are you today? Thank you so much for coming in and liking my video. We're coloring in the Mystical Lands of Klynnadra by Karen Myers today. It's a fun, whimsical book. I hope to see you later for some farming simulator. If not, know that I am out kayaking. I'm supposed to go out kayaking later on this afternoon. And I can't wait because it's hot here. Good, I'm glad to hear that. You're winding up your day, aren't you? If you go back and watch the replay at the beginning of the video, Mega, you can see where I talked about my own books. I've made my own three coloring books. They're published on Amazon. Anyway, I talked about that a little bit today because I realized that nobody knew, who's been in touch with me recently, that I've made my own coloring books. And that I'm working on another. I love making coloring books. And I love hand-drawn artists, and that's what Karen is. The lady who made this book, she does everything by hand. All her drawing by hand. Of course, there's my real-life train. Stretch your fingers. Stretch your fingers. Stretch your fingers. And yes, that is my tattoo on my arm. Me and my best friend have the same tattoo. You see that? It's actually upside down, but hey. They're dandelions from a painting that I made. Alright. That's on my left arm. Artichoke. Artichoke to round it out a little bit. Deepen the color a little. Smooth it out. Artichoke is another green-brown color. Everybody knows what an artichoke is. If not, hey, there's Google. There are a few schools of thought on using colored pencils. One is that you have to obliterate every piece of white speck on the paper. I don't believe in that theory. I believe in letting the paper adjust what the color is. You know, if it's a white paper, I want it to feel lighter. I like seeing that come through and having to adjust. Now, there are some times when I will blend with a blender and smooth things out a bit, but not always. This is coloring. You know, this is meant to be fun. I absolutely take my time. I'm not in a hurry. But I love having the white suffice as the highlights in my work. Maybe you put the highlights on afterwards, and that's okay. That's your style. Mine is not like that. Mine comes from my watercolor background where I learned to leave the white of the paper. Some people think colored pencils are translucent. Some people think they are opaque. And my answer to that is they can be both. I color in a very light-hearted style, very light style, very bright colors. I don't go too dark. I don't use black. I don't ever use black. Yeah, that looks nice. Now then. What's this? Yeah, a little dark brown, that'll work. Just to darken up a few of the areas. Play around with your colors. Learn to know what they look like. Barrel is great, but until you actually sit down and start mixing and matching your colors and working with them, you got to take the time to learn them. Just because I say, you know, dark brown doesn't mean that you know exactly when I say that how much dark brown, what the pressure is. You have to play with it. You have to learn that. I'm very light-handed myself. And maybe you don't like light brown. Maybe you want to go with a different darker color to darken these up a little bit. Maybe you don't want to darken it up at all, and that's okay too. Just adds a little bit of depth. I don't have the longest arms in the world. Occasionally we got to move it closer. There we go. Maybe something like that. I like that. Oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry about that. Well, hi, Sherry. Sherry uses a lot of brown, love mixing it with the reds. Yes, I agree. How are you today, Sherry? Good, good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I am excited. I'm probably only going to color for about another hour, and then I'm going to get around and go kayaking today. Woohoo! I'm not sure who Spot is. Spot must be a dog. There's a bone right there in a bowl. Right, right. I'm looking forward to it. It is hot, hot, hot here today. And I want to get out and cool off, so I'm excited. Alright. I just grabbed a little permanent red. Because we're going to make these little, I don't know what they are. We're going to make them red. The top of a mushroom, maybe. I don't know. I didn't draw it. I'm just coloring it. Alright, now we got some red spots. Aren't they though? Oh my goodness, I love her books. They are so fun, they are so beautiful. You can get them on Amazon. There's so many to choose from too. I mean, she has this whole entire library. Do you know how hard it was for me to just pick one to do? But I thought I love autumn, so let's go with that one. Let's go with a little violet. Make the roof violet. And she has this entire universe that she's created, and it's just beautiful. She does these wonderful wood carvings, not wood carvings, wood burnings as well. And she uses colored pencil on them to make them stand out. And oh my goodness, I want one for the RV so bad. That's going to be my reward when I finish the RV, is getting one of her hand pieces to put in here. She is so talented. You know who's an artist I admire? This is the Mystical Lands of Klynnadra, Autumn's Magic. Right? She's on Facebook. She is on Facebook. Karen E. Myers. You should be able to find her by that. Let me find her page. Mystical Lands Coloring Books for Adults. That's her group. Mystical Lands by Karen E. Myers, artist, author. You should be able to find her on Facebook by that. I mean, these pages are just, I mean, we've got a whole summer here of just darling pages to color. I'm sorry. Oh, whoopsies. I just knocked over a pencil. I mean, look at this. How cute is that? I cannot wait. Look at those chubby cheeks. I mean, just really cracks me up. She got all these cute critters and scenes. I mean, look at that little mouse. Look at Heidi. I love this book. Well, I'm throwing pencils around like crazy today. I really need to go kayaking. Knocked one off on the floor behind my desk. That's going to be fun to retrieve. I think it can stay there for a minute. Right? And she's got such a wide variety. She's also authored a novel, if you're into reading fantasy and or mystical works. And that's for sale on Amazon as well. And no, she doesn't pay me to promote her stuff. I genuinely love her stuff. It just, I found her through following Color It In on Facebook, and she promotes hand artists who draw by hand, and she promoted her one day, and I went, wow, knocked my socks off. So artist to artist, I love her work. It's genuine. I don't make a dime from doing this, you know. She was even shocked when I told her I was going to be doing this. I love it when she pops in and says howdy. I know Tuesdays are not the best day for everybody, but hey, it's what works with my schedule. We might start doing one on Friday afternoons as well, and that'll be from my books. I think that's a good time to slot that in. Is on Fridays. All right. There we go, just a little violet on here. Just real simple. I hope someday she gets picked up by a big publisher too. I really hope that. I think more people ought to know about her. There we go. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Sherry's got a book of mine that she loves. I'm supposed to be coming out with another one later this year. Fantastic Felines, I think is what I'm going to call it. It's a work in progress. No, I don't see a lot of her work, which is stupid because she makes beautiful books. I love her books. I absolutely do. I think they're adorable. I think they're fun. I want all the books. Some dioxanine purple hue. Dioxanine purple hue. It's a little bit darker. Put in a few more darks here. I absolutely love her work. All of her books now are under $10 on Amazon. You can't beat that. I know I sound like a commercial for her, but hey, I love her stuff. I absolutely love it. Artists supporting other artists. That's who I am. That's who I am. That's what I do. Maybe a little something like that. That's cute. We're going to bring that same dioxanine down here a little bit. Why not? I don't know, maybe your mushroom house for the dog. I think it's a dog. I don't know, the name is Spot. That's a dog name. That's a good dog name. Maybe yours is red. Maybe we'll make the sign red. I don't know. It's not like I planned this ahead of time. I just pulled out colors I thought would be nice on the page. Colors that I like, that I use a lot. There we go. Got permanent red. Maybe just something like that. Just real simple. Which one? The dioxanine purple? Dioxanine purple hue. Hope I'm saying that right. All right. Yeah, it's a great darker gray, purple color, great for shadows. Beautiful color. All right, let's put a little light in Spot's house. Oh, fly, go away. You're not invited today. A little deco yellow. Yeah, I'm going to be real in trouble when I go to do the flowers because I dumped my yellow down the back of the desk here. So we're going to have to skip using that one today. Oopsies. Maybe a little light on the pathway here. A little gray floor. A little something like that. There we go. Yay, Spot has a house now. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a quick break. I need to go rehydrate, get another drink. I will be back in a couple minutes. So everybody get up and stretch. Get a drink. It's hot out. hot out there. It's hot in here. I've got some ice water now. The lemonade that I had gone hot. So now we got some nice cold ice water. Although it won't last cold very long. Not in this heat. All right. Now behind here, I'm not sure what this is, but hey, we're going to give it red berries. Maybe it was supposed to be a little piece of clover. Oh well. Now it's a little thing with red berries on it. Oh, that was permanent red. That dioxanine. And a little bit of that artichoke. That'll work. There we go. Continue with that artichoke. Put in a little grass. Prussian green. And a little bit of that green ochre. Go away, fly, you're not invited. Maybe a little something like that for now. Continue over here. Same three colors. A little bit of dirt down here. little bit of grass like that. A little bit of mud. A little bit of grass. You want to darken some spots up with some dark brown. That'll work. There we go. A little something like that. I don't know, I like it. Gonna come back in with that red, that permanent red. Top my head in the way? No. Okay, cool. There we go. Color on with a little violet. They baby spots. Get it? Baby spots? No? No, don't color them red? Uh-oh. What am I not doing? Oh, not, my head is not in the picture. Good. Sometimes I gotta get kind of close to my paper to see it. I don't want my head in the picture. Those little dots are kind of small. And I'm kind of old now. Just a little of that violet color. Alright. Uh-oh, warm gray might hit the floor too. I'm missing my warm gray 50%. Well, can't color with that one. Can't color with what ain't there. Ah, this will be fun. A little espresso will work. I'll find them after kayaking. Like tomorrow. Put a little lip on the lid there. There you go. Happy little mushrooms. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you can't color with what's not there. Now on this little bush here, I'm going to use just a little bit of lime peel. In the center here. Prussian green. There we go. That'll work. A little bit of that green ochre over here. I paint with my pencils. That's what we decided the other day. There's that artichoke. Okie dokie artichoke. There we go. little bit of that Prussian green. That green ochre. And a little bit of a lime peel. Maybe a little something like that. Stretch your fingers. Get your drink. Stretch your back. Those things are important. If you don't, you'll end up stiff and not being able to, work your fingers, or your back will hurt or whatever. So yeah, those things are important. Always take frequent breaks when coloring. All right. We're gonna pull out. No, we're not. We're gonna go with what we got. We're gonna sharpen this one though. Sorry about this. Oh, not good. I just broke it. Oh well. I will fix it later. Good job. Thank you. Tried to sharpen it and I broke it instead. I broke my holder piece off. It's no big deal. I'm just not going to stop right now to fix it. A little super glue. Oh, I broke my tip too. Oh, I wonder if I dropped it earlier. Ah, okay, wine peel. No problem. We'll fix you later. Ah, where's my other one? I have another one. I'll look in the other box. See if I can find it real quick. Bum-ba-da-bum. Always have a backup. Ah. I don't know what those little things are. We'll give them a little green at the base. Why not? All right. A little deco pink. A little hot pink. Yeah, hot pink. Deco yellow. That'll work. I don't know what these flowers are. Gonna give them some little yellow. And a little hot pink. Why you're not invited? Oh, here comes the train again. Imperial Violet. Well, something like that. That deco pink. Alright, in 5 minutes though we're gonna wrap it up. And I'm gonna go kayaking. I might take some film out on the water. I might go live from the water. If I can get a good enough signal, I might do that. There we go, a little hot pink there. A little bit of violet. Like that. That one might be kind of hard to see. There we go. And again with a little bit of that Imperial. A little on those outer edges there. There we go. A little bit something like that. How about that? And that's probably a good stopping place for today. Again, we're coloring Bumble's Abode in the Mystical Lands of Klynnadra by Karen E. Myers. Autumn's Magic. I love autumn. I love magic. I love Karen's stuff. She draws by hands. Well, hi, Brittany. How you doing, Britt? You can get them on Amazon, all of her books. There's our page for today. Just getting ready to call it a day, Britt. I appreciate you stopping by. Good, good. Glad to hear that. I'm going to go get some stuff around here in a minute. Hopefully go get on the water today. Because it is hot out. For those that don't know, this is actually my real life friend, Brittany, Britt. We do a lot of stuff together. Sherry, thank you so much for stopping by and coloring with me. We will see you next time. Tomorrow morning should be. Should see you then. I hope you have a beautiful day. Britt, I will talk to you in a little bit. I love you. I hope everybody has a beautiful day, and I'll catch you on the flip side, everybody. Bye-bye.